rounding is used in many different areas. The recent national debt is now at 13 trillion. That's a rounded number. If you go to usdebt.org, it actually changes very rapidly. But we say it's 13 trillion to round it. Today I'm going to talk about some smaller numbers to round. The reason that we like to round is because it gives us an estimate, lets us communicate it more easily, more effectively, and also because it lets us work with numbers together much more easily. So the three numbers we're going to talk about are 98.6, 2010.416, and 8.875%. If the digits that we're interested in rounding have 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, we say 5 and above, give it a shove. If the digit in interest is 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, we say 4 and below, let it go. The first one is 98.6, which is body temperature in Fahrenheit. If we round that to the nearest whole number, 98.6 is in between 98 and 99. It's a little more than 98.5, which would be 98.5, so we round that up to 99. To the nearest 10, 98.6 is between 90 and 100, so we round that to 100. Just like when we round 98.6 to the nearest 100, it rounds to 100. We round it to the nearest 1,000, 98.6 is in between 0 thousands and 1,000, so that rounds down to 0. The next number is 2010 and 5/12, which is how far we are through this year. If we write that as a decimal, if you do 5 divided by 12 on your calculator, you'll get 0.41666666. In fact, there may be some rounding on there. The last digit may show as 7, but really it's 0.416 with a lot of sixes after it. If we round that to the nearest whole number, it's 2010. It's less than 2010 and a half, or 2010.5. To the nearest 10, it's also 2010. To the nearest 1,000, it's 2,000, which is the same answer as the nearest 100. 2,000 is 20 hundredths, so 2010 also rounds to 2,000, just like thousands. If we look at rounding it down to the 10th place, it's 2010.41. Looking at this 1, we say 4 and below, let it go. So right now we're looking at this 1, and when we round to the nearest 10th, we say that this number rounds to 2010.4. If we want to round to the nearest 100th, now we have to look one more place value out. And so in looking at the 6, we're now going to then determine, does that stay at 41 or does it go up to 42? And so since 6 is 5 or above, we now make that 2010.42 to the nearest 100th. This example is a percent example. That's a New York City sales tax. It's 8 7/8%. If we write it as a decimal, it's 0.08875. To the nearest whole number, it's 0. To the nearest 10th, it's between 0.0, no tenths, and 0.1, so it's much closer to 0.1. To the nearest 100th, it's between 0.08 and 0.09. And we look at this second 8 to determine that it's closer, or we're going to round up to 0.09. Rounding is used in lots of different things, including sports. Right now in the National League East, both Philly and Atlanta have played 47 games. Philly has won 27 out of 47, and Atlanta has won 25. And so these decimals, 1 stays the same, 0.5744 stays at 0.574. But 0.5319 rounds up to 0.532. See you next time when it's 2010.5, and then it'll be rounded up to 2011. Thank you very much.